A critical moment arrives. The pressure is on. Everyone is looking to you. One path leads to success, the other to failure. But how can you be sure? How do you cut through the noise and choose not just fast, but right? 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli was forced to navigate the most dangerous decision-making environment imaginable, Renaissance politics, where one wrong move could mean exile or death. He didn't just survive. He codified the laws of power. Today, we adapt his 7 most powerful principles for decisive action. First, know your terrain, not just the map. Machiavelli said a prince must have a knowledge of the country. This doesn't mean just reading reports, means walking the land yourself. In a crisis, you cannot rely on second-hand information. Get as close to the source as possible. See the reality, not the PowerPoint slide. Before a big decision, pick up the phone, walk to the department, see the problem with your own eyes. Theory lies. Reality doesn't. Second, be a fox and a lion. Machiavelli wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. In a critical moment, you must first use the fox's cunning to see hidden agendas and potential pitfalls. Scan the environment for threats and opportunities others miss. Then, once you've made your choice, you must use the lion's force to act decisively and implement your plan without hesitation. It's that 1-2 punch of sharp analysis followed by bold execution. Third, commit or withdraw. Never hesitate. Machiavelli had absolute contempt for indecisive leaders. He saw that those who try to avoid a decision to escape risk often fall into a greater one. A delayed decision is often worse than a wrong one, because it allows others to decide for you. In a critical moment, gather your intelligence, then commit fully to your path. Half measures are a recipe for disaster. The world doesn't reward those who stand in the middle of the road. It runs them over. The fourth law is to prepare for the tide to turn. Machiavelli called luck fortuna raging river that can flood. You can't stop the river, but you can build dikes and canals to direct its power. A fast, right decision isn't just about the immediate problem. It's about anticipating the second and third order consequences. Before you act, always ask yourself, if this works, what happens next? If this fails, what is my backup plan? A great decision maker doesn't just play the current move. They're already thinking 3 moves ahead, preparing for both success and failure. Law number 5, act swiftly, suffer once. Machiavelli advised that any necessary injuries should be inflicted all at once. The same applies to tough decisions. Dragging out a difficult choice, like a layoff, ending a partnership, or killing a project, prolongs the pain for everyone involved. It creates a climate of anxiety and uncertainty. A swift, clean execution, while painful in the moment, is ultimately more merciful. It allows everyone to process the outcome, adapt, and begin the recovery process much faster than a slow, agonizing process. Sixth, you must control the narrative. Machiavelli famously said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Your decision is only half the battle. How you communicate it is the other half." After you act, you must immediately frame the decision. Explain the why with clarity and confidence. If you don't control the story, your opponents, your competitors, or even just confused onlookers will write it for you. A great decision communicated poorly can easily turn into a perceived failure. Finally, the seventh law, your core is your compass. Machiavelli argued that a ruler's power must be built on his own arms and virtue, not on mercenaries. For you, this means your decisions must be rooted in your core principles and strengths. In the storm of data, opinions, and pressure, your unwavering values are your ultimate decision-making filter. Ask yourself, does this choice align with who I am and what I stand for? If the answer is no, then no amount of speed or potential gain is worth it. Your foundation is your true north. Let's recap the 7 laws for critical moments. Know your terrain, reality over theory. Be a fox and a lion, cunning and force. Commit or withdraw decisive action. Prepare for the tide to turn tame fortune. Act swiftly, suffer once swift execution, control the narrative, master perception, and your core is your compass, maintain your foundation. This is the essence of Machiavellian speed, not reckless haste, but the swift, unwavering motion of a strategist who understands the game. So, which of these 7 laws do you find most challenging to apply? Is it committing fully or controlling the narrative afterward? Let me know in the comments. The most powerful decisions are often discussed. If you're ready to stop hesitating and start deciding with confidence, then your next strategic move is to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We turn complex wisdom into actionable power every single week. And to see how these laws apply to your finances, watch this video next. 5 stupid money mistakes wealthy people never make